So this has just hit me. As we all know, there is a lot of hype around this Gojo. I don't know if you guys have seen it or whatnot, but this Gojo has brought so much enjoyment to the game. He is such a fun character, and I cannot even deny that. Honestly, this 1.5 year anniversary has been a banger, just purely out of how fun this unit actually is. Because he's that freaking good and that broken. He is such a fun character. And that's what makes Team Shoko's drop even more special, because again, we're just going to have even more fun by giving him a fantastic support. Now, with all that being said, obviously those are on global. You know, you've got to plan out on what you want to save for, what you want to summon for, and obviously this Gojo has brought a lot of attention. And I know that some people are going out of their way to, you know, after they pull for Sukuna, or maybe even some might actually even skip Sukuna to then prepare for Gojo. Now, global is in such a terrible position, because when this Gojo drops, we're probably going to be, what, 2 months out? Until then, we get the main anniversary. Global's first year anniversary, JP's second year anniversary. It is going to be joint. That is when the syncing will begin. And then after that, obviously, those are going to be the big times where we get the new set of characters that are coming in that are taking over, as should we say. Because that's how JJK Phantom Parade works, unfortunately. Whenever an anniversary begins, there tends to be, you know, a new character that runs the game. That's how it's been throughout with 0.5. to the first year to now the 1.5 year, right? Well, not to say this Gojo kind of runs the game, but in terms of his own monotype, kind of runs it. Although, yeah, he's like one of the best single type Nugas now. So taking all that into equation, it really puts global in that terrible position, because obviously right now Sukuna is I believe he's supposed to be dropping on the 30th, so in about 5 to 4 days time on global. I don't know if that is still scheduled, or if they're going to change it, or if they're going to delay it. I don't know, but from the date, that's kind of what we've all been hearing. So whether they commit to doing it on the 30th, then it is what it is. But this is right now the main focus for a lot of people, because respectfully, Sukuna is one of the best DPS characters in the game, especially for the blue coverage. He's got fantastic AoE. The DOT that he applies is absolutely disgusting. One of the best. So obviously, most people want to capitalize on getting him. Now, taken to notice about the release of the Gojo, it's going to be very close to the second year or the first year anniversary for global, because in between Sukuna and Gojo, obviously there are multiple other characters that we've still yet. Obviously, then we're going to be leading into the Shibuya arc. And how many characters have we got? We've got Miwa, who's an easy. I mean, I've kind of gone through all the characters on who you need to skip on. Did I? Okay, yeah, there is Shoko. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I'll also include Sukuna because technically he's not in the game yet. So 8 characters. Now, on average, global tends to release more so 3 characters within a month. At times 4, but for the most part, it's been 3. And so with that, we do 1, 2. So roughly, we're looking around about maybe near the end of August, going into September. Roughly, that is probably going to be the time frame on when this Gojo releases. Gojo? Yeah, Gojo. Oh my god, no. Yeah, Gojo. Oh my god. I was about to say Jogo. Gojo. And so that's kind of like the time frame on when we could potentially expect this Gojo, which then anniversary is in November. So there really isn't much time for you to then kind of recuperate on whatever you've been spending cube-wise. More so, this is kind of screwing over the free-play players. Like, you have to be extremely precise now on who to go for. So, like, if you're going all in for Sukuna, then you might have to rethink about going in for Gojo, because, again, after that, 2 months out, second year anniversary pops off. So that's why I say that global is in such a very difficult position on who you want to go for, knowing that, you know, set characters, aka Gojo and Sukuna predominantly, are absolutely broken, and of course a lot of people do want to maximize on obtaining these characters. So that's kind of what threw me off when I was thinking about, I wonder when we're going to get them on global. And then I realized, hold on a minute, global's getting all these characters at late time during this year, and when Gojo releases, it's going to be so damn close to the second year anniversary. And if you guys don't know, many of us are predicting to say that the second year anniversary will be the Shibuya arc Sukuna, the the flame divine arrow shot that he does. Yeah, it's gonna be that, man. So now people are like questioning, do I go for Sukuna? Do I go for Gojo? There's the thing about the Sukuna on what kind of gives you, because what kind of gives you that breathing room for Sukuna to be like, I could potentially skip Sukuna and focus more so for Gojo. If that's what you want to do, at the end of the day, aim for the typing that you need DPS for. I know that a lot of people still going to be catering to Sukuna because of how of an AoE coverage he is. And on top of that, that DOT play is fantastic, of course, but Jogo himself is it's a difficult. Again, it's more so on what you need for your account. But I've seen a few people resort to being like, okay, I think I'll leave Sukuna because Jogo is in the equation. I mean, I'm sure you guys are all aware. His SP release has made him up there of being, you know, one of the best DPSs in the game now, especially for blue coverage. People class him as a like a lower version of Sukuna, like a I'm trying to think of like a budget Sukuna. There we go. Yeah, like a budget Sukuna. He's still fantastic. He still clears the flaws that Sukuna is able to clear, but he's just a little bit of a budget version of him. But you can still cater to having and utilizing this unit as your blue DPS. So that's one thing that people are mainly are looking at to be like, right, I want to focus on Gojo for whatever reason. Maybe you might just be a Gojo fanboy, or maybe you just need that green DPS. Yeah, you can resort to Jogo when the SP system adds, which, by the way, the SP system for global should be happening next month. It should be scheduled for releasing next month, just an FYI. So there's that. So that's kind of what's happening right now on what people are thinking of. It genuinely is a tough one. And again, it really is putting global in that very hard positioning. Unless they rearrange scheduling and choose to release this Gojo early, that's still going to screw a lot of people over, to those that are going for Sukuna, that want to prepare for Gojo, of course. But yeah, it's just global is in such a terrible position leading into the second year anniversary, or the first year anniversary, with the set broken characters to come, and yeah, and how this Gojo will be so close to the first year anniversary. So it's going to be a lot of hard thinking to do, because I mean, at that given moment, you know that the first year anniversary is going to be heat, right? Let's be real. And again, with what I said previously, with how the game works, every time a celebration time comes along, the characters that they release are always one-upping, are always like the new standard. So not to say it completely invalidates the previous characters, because I mean, they're still doing their thing. It's just, you know, when characters come about and they're kind of like setting the new bar, they tend to become the new wanted units that are just going to make life a whole lot easier and cater to the newer piece of difficult content. Well, again, it still makes the previous character valid, but you guys get the idea. People want the new candy, you know? So, food for thought, boys. Food for thought.